We're over here at a fantastic new game called Dub Wars with the creator. Just take a minute, introduce yourself to the game. Let's get everybody excited about this because this is really awesome.
Okay, so I'm Joe. I've got a crew of 4 other guys, and Dub Wars is what dubstep is in your mind. We've created an audiovisual stimulation too. So it's a lot of fun, and we custom make every single level to bring fresh content for every song.
And explain to us like how the game interacts with the music, how it changes things up.
So when the music plays, we pre-programmed it so that the player weapons fire to the music. As the music changes, so does your weapon.
Guys, now how did you come up with that concept? I mean, like, were you just hanging out one day and you were like, this would be the coolest thing ever?
So basically, we invested in Ouya Kickstarter, and when we got the dev kit, we've been working on a game for about 6 months. And that game didn't run, so we said, all right, back to the drawing board. We had a brainstorm session. One of the ideas was, let's make a game to dubstep music. Everyone went, yeah! We had no idea what that meant. And so the first iteration was car combat. Think twisted metal to dubstep. As you drive around, you get weapons, you fire to dubstep. We're gonna make this really awesome dubstep song. It's gonna sound great. No, it didn't work out that way at all. So we went back to the drawing board and said, let's focus on the music, let's play it in its pure form, let's find some of the best music, and let's custom create everything around the song.
Awesome. So how long has this been in development for you so far?
So we've been working on it for almost 3 years now. So we started in January of 2013, and we've been refining it ever since, and we're looking to launch very, very soon.
Right, so it is currently available, as you said, in alpha release on Steam.
Yeah, so it's early access on Steam, so you can check out 5 playable levels now, and then we'll be launching with 10 full playable levels.
You said what kind of time frame do you hopefully on that?
We're looking at mid-September.
Mid-September, awesome.
Yeah.
And your website for this game?
Okay, if you go to dubwars.com, you can see the trailer, and we're going to be updating that with platforms available soon.
Fantastic. We appreciate you taking the time with us today. It's awesome. Go out, check it out on Steam. You're going to be addicted instantly.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
All right.
So like I said, we do a local podcast. So really we're just trying to get, everybody's name out there, support the local gamers that we can. So what we'd like you to do is just tell us, your name, kind of some of your credentials like you just told us about, where you come from, and tell us a little bit about your game, help us get people excited to watch more.
Okay. Now I guess I'll have Nick, maybe Nick play the game in the background here. So
that'd be great.
We'll have the game actually playing. So Nick, want to take over and play for a little bit?
Sure.
Since you know how to play.
Such a rough life, man.
Yeah,
Let's
I know.
just go ahead and play
please
that.
play the game for me. Anyway, my name's Jay Barneson. I'm a game developer here in Utah. I've been developing games since 1994. I didn't have very many gray hairs back then, but anyway, I started a mainstream game company called Single Track. We did Twisted Metal, Warhawk, Jet Moto. Did some best-selling games. Worked for Acclaim for a while. Worked on some other games that maybe I won't mention.
Fair enough.
But anyway, and I kind of graduated to becoming an indie here. And there's really a huge game development community here that's growing all the time. Some of them refugees from mainstream. Some have just gone straight to it. Anyway, my company is Rampant Games. It's a small indie company that's me and whoever I can rope into helping me for the various games. This is our 3rd game, the 2nd in the series. It's called Frayed Knights 2, The Con of Wrath. It is a sequel to Frayed Knights, The Skull of Smackdown. And as you can tell, these games are very, very serious. They treat the role-playing game genre with utmost, seriousness as it deserves.
The reverence.
Absolutely. These are basically an old school first-person party-based, turn-based dungeon crawler in the style of the old games like Wizardry and Might and Magic and Bard's Tale and stuff like that, but mixed with kind of a sitcom. And so
good times.
Part of it was, back when I started on these, I wanted to give a game where your characters weren't just a pile of stats. They were active members of the story, and the story was actually about them. And maybe I was watching a little too much Mystery Science Theater 3000 at the time, but the idea of them offering commentary on the game as you played, or commentary on the adventure, the NPCs, the monsters, and everything, and sometimes getting snarky with each other and everything, and kind of capturing a little bit of the way when we play around the table. I still play dice and paper games, and so I wanted to capture that feel of the table talk and everything involved with it, and make it funny, but also make it a good, solid adventure that stands on its own, even if the if the comedy were to fall flat, which I hope it hasn't, and I've won lots of awards with the first one, so I'm hoping that the second one will be 10 times better in every direction.
Awesome. So when is the release of the second?
The second one, we're hoping to have it released by this time next year. So.
And where are you planning on releasing first?
It will be originally on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Okay. We're still discussing consoles, but those are not our primary focus right now.
Right.
The first game is out now from rampantgames.com, also on Steam.
Okay.
It's been available for a little while, and it's planned to have 3 games in the series.
Awesome. And then you said this is your third game that you're working on. What was the other one that's not part of the series?
That was Void War. It was a space combat game. A little bit of kind of twisted metal-y in space kind of sort of thing, with lots of Newtonian physics and everything. It was my first attempt. It was a lot of fun. It was really multiplayer focused.
Is it available out there still?
It's available on my website as well, rampantgames.com.
Okay. Awesome. We appreciate you giving us time today.
Hey, thank you.
We'd love to support the local.
All right, so Kelly Harper, that's Isaac Harper with Projectile Entertainment. Our game is called Momentum. Basically, the idea is you're trying to navigate a ball through a labyrinth by rotating the labyrinth itself, right?
Right.
You basically use physics to move the ball around.
Awesome. How long have you guys been working on development of this so far?
We've been working on this for like a couple years on and off, kind of procrastinating a little bit.
We all have normal lives. You got to live still. So how far are you guys in development right now? Are you guys getting ready for release anytime soon?
We're pretty close. I mean, we just need to make the last set of levels, and then we're ready for certification. We hope to be done by the end of the year.
Awesome. What are you guys planning on releasing first? Are you guys, obviously, I'm assuming, are you guys going console or PC first? Or are you guys working towards Steam?
We're going to be releasing on Xbox One and Steam for sure. We'll be compiling for PC, Mac, and Linux. So we'll try to get on other stores as well, like the Humble Store and GOG.
Right.
But we haven't contacted them yet. So
awesome. That's great to hear. And you said, what's your time frame on it? Later this year, possibly?
probably towards the end of the year, yeah.
Cool. We really appreciate you taking time with us today. What's your website?
ProjectileEntertainment.com. Also, MomentumTheGame.com.
Okay, MomentumTheGame.com. Awesome. It was a pleasure to meet you today.
Okay, go ahead. What game do you have?
So my game's Together, Omna and Safe. It's a co-op game focused on interdependence and communication. My goal for the game is that it benefits the relationships of those who play the game.
So they just play it together? And
Yep, it's a local co-op. It'll be initially for PC. We'll have a Steam release early 2016. And then we'll port to whatever systems make sense to do, depending on how well the game does. And
obviously, yeah. Cool.
stuff. Yeah.
So what's the objective of the game?
So Omna and Safe are mother and son, and Safe has another daughter. Omna has another daughter, Safe's sister, who goes to a meadow, and she doesn't come home, and so Safe and Omna go to find her. She's missing, and the meadow's been mysteriously replaced by a forest, and they can hear Aisha, the sister/daughter, calling from the forest. So they run into the forest to go and rescue her, and so you're trying to get past the secrets of the forest. It's a puzzle adventure game trying to save your sister-daughter.
Cool. How long have you been working on it?
A little over 2 years. By the time it's done, it'll be about 3 years, and then support afterwards. So.
You're a local,
yeah, here in Utah.
That's awesome. Cool. We'll have to check that out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so we're here at Utah Gaming Con. We love, like you said, this section with the Utah Gamers Guild, getting to meet you guys, the local game developers, be able to help you guys out. Let's put these out there. Let's get Utah supported. Really, that's what we want. So if you could give us, your background information, get us some info on your game. let's get it out there for you.
Okay. So I'm Eric Wiggins. I run a game studio called Wasatch Games. I work on the side. I have a full-time job also, so this is what I work on the side, Paladin. I work on it on the train actually, to and from work. So this is what I've been able to do. It's an adventure RPG. That's what I call it. It's about like a boy trying to avenge his family's deaths to become a paladin to destroy evil. That's pretty
Yeah, the classic
fantasy,
good versus evil, which is
cliche.
great.
Yeah. So
No, not cliche. I mean, everybody's take on it is different, and so what you bring to the table is going to be your own spice, which is, which is great to see because everybody loves the genre, but to have the individual unique stories, those are what really make it the genre.
yeah, and that's kind of
really
what
good that way.
what I hope for, because everyone talks about you need your unique selling point and everything else, and I try to focus on that sort of aspect rather than the gameplay features, because.
Right. So how far are you in development right now with Paladin?
I've been working on it actually for like 5 years, but I work on it off and on. Like I said, it's a side project.
Right.
I take breaks from it. I'm trying to get more serious into it. I hope to have it on Steam Early Access by the end of the year. But the game won't be like feature complete.
Right.
Maybe it'll be feature complete, but it won't be content complete, so I won't have all the worlds that I want.
Right.
But I'm hoping that by feedback from everyone else, I can shape the game into what.
Oh, definitely. It's always good to
what it
get
needs to be.
the customers' feedback, and really be able to get into their minds to what can help you. Because I mean, you've got the vision of your game, but yeah, getting the gamers' feedback on it is always a wonderful thing. And gamers, I think, like that. They like having help inputting to create the game that they're going to love. So that sounds really exciting for you. So you're hoping, like you said, early, like an alpha access later this year.
Yeah, so we got greenlit on Steam like a year ago.
Awesome.
So at the end of the year, we can release on early access if we want to.
Okay.
I can release it right now on early access, but nobody would want to play it or especially pay for it. So,
Fair enough.
hoping to have it ready by the end of the year.
All right,
Really nice.
and do you have a website and everything that people can come and check you out? Start
The game
learning more
itself
about you?
just recently had a name change.
Okay.
So it was known as Saga Heroes before. So you can go to sagaheroes.com.
Okay.
Learn about kind of what it was. I'm re-imaging the game and reimagining a lot of it. So
Awesome.
so I'm in between on the websites, but we do have Facebook and Twitter pages set up.
Awesome. Well, like we said, so yeah, we'll try and obviously help people find you and get you some more exposure out there, so that hopefully this game will take off for you.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Do this. Keep forgetting to turn the mic on. Okay.
Okay, here
Now,
we go.
take two.
Hi, my name's Nathan Reese for Squishy Games. This is our first game, Rogue Invader. We've been working on it for 8 months now, since end of January, and basically it's a story of about you are a Terran fleet attacking an alien homeworld to end the war that you've been fighting for 20 years. And by the time you reach the alien homeworld, unfortunately, all you have left is one drop pod and one pistol. So you have to continue the invasion with 1 million Marines, but only one gun. So one Marine at a time. So it's a roguelike, so it's really hard, it's tough, we punish you. And a lot of people talk about the 1-bit look. It's based on growing up as a kid. I played on my old Macintosh computer, and there was limited games on the Macintosh computer. So I made up animations of games I used to dream up as a kid, and finally, after 20 years later, we decided to actually make a game based on one of those ideas, and came up with Rogue Invader. We decided to keep the 1-bit look, meaning every pixel is either black or white. There's no grays in between, no dithering, or not dithering, there's no anti-aliasing. And this is what you can expect in the game. But a lot of fun, a lot of customization, a lot of impact. The aliens hate you. You can pick up their guns, use it against them. You can either use it to fight to the end or beam up stuff to help the next Marine down. And it's a lot of fun. Been getting a lot of good feedback here, and so hope you guys check it out. We have a Kickstarter coming up August 18th, where we're going to be selling it a little cheaper on Kickstarter than on Steam. We've already been greenlit on Steam, so that's really exciting for us. So it will happen.
We don't want to be those game developers that promise things and then don't complete. It will happen. So you'll see Rogue Invader coming out hopefully early November.
Yeah, so we're really enjoying this, you know, the Utah Gamers Guild section over here, finding all of you locals, you know, that are putting, you know, great new games out there for us, you know, as consumers to enjoy. Tell us a little bit about your game, you know, obviously give us any information, websites, things like that, you know, so that we can support you. You know, just kind of give us your background and what you're hoping to achieve with this, release dates, how far you are production, all of that.
Okay, so Port Shelters Games is the name of our company, so it's kind of our first game. PortShelter.com is our website, so find out information there. So this is Can't Turn Back. Basically it works, you run into somebody, you kill them, run into each other, you both die, and you can never turn around. Very simple and, you know, the kind of concept, but
Name says it all.
Yeah. Name says it all. So we've been working on this about a year.
Okay.
We're planning to do an initial early release next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday? Yeah. Congratulations on that, that's awesome.
So that's basically what you're seeing at the con. We've got map keys will be in there as well. We've kind of stripped out all the settings for the con just so it's quick to start up and play. But we're going to do an initial release of that. A little while after that, we're going to do target green light.
Okay.
So once we get on green light, you know, target Steam. With that, we're going to aim for an online play. You know, that's a little more friendly with Steam than kind of the local, but local is kind of the main focus of the game. So that's kind of what we've got planned.
Awesome. So eventually you would like to keep it, you know, are you going to eventually like to get with console as well, or are you going to try and stay PC more?
Yeah, so right now PC release, because that's obviously the easiest platform to get onto. We're working to try and get, you know, any information we can from Microsoft or Sony to figure out how to get onto kind of the current consoles, since it is kind of a 4-player game with controllers. It's the focus. So definitely trying to get on there, but you know, take it one step at a time. So we'll get the PC version out, get the bugs ironed out, and kind of go from there.
So with your early release, how do people come find you for that?
So PortShelter.com, we've got a pre-order button there.
Okay.
It'll be for sale once we get on there. We're working right now to get a Humble widget up so that you can just handle it through your Humble Bundle account. So that should be up by next week sometime. They've got a lot of stuff. They said they're pretty backed up on the widget requests. So as soon as we can get that up, we'll get that up and then work with them to get everyone kind of into that system. But yeah, it'll just be a digital download, DRM free.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing it out there. Look forward to supporting it. So we really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thanks.
Pleasure to meet you.
Right, so just tell us a little bit about your game. It looks pretty cool so far, from what I can see behind you.
Okay. Yeah, we have a old school, new school take on an old school genre. It's a shoot 'em up, classic game type. We're trying to get the player more involved with the mouse feature, so it's just 3-button mouse movement, 1-to-1 ratio action, so you have a nice big fluid motion. Trying to make a shoot 'em up that's not as scary as today's like bullet hell shooters, where they're just, you have to be a really good gamer to play those games, right? So we want to have a little bit of a mid-ground, but we're still nice high scoring system where it's still tricky. You're still going to get a challenge, but it's not going to scare away everybody. It's kind of what we're going for. So yeah, I do the art and I pretty much paint every piece by hand to get that nice paint really feel.
Yeah, it looks nice. What's the name of your the company?
Kickbomb Entertainment.
Kickbomb? How long have you been working on this?
We're about 2 years into production, 1 year on the art. So my programmer started it, made the game fun, and then got me to make it look pretty.
Nice.
So
cool.
Yeah.
So is it currently available on Steam yet?
No, we'll be doing.
Like Steam Greenlight.
Yeah, we're going to be doing it sometime this month.
Okay.
Hopefully the next week or two. We've got levels ready to go and more features, more art, just ready to be plugged in. So
awesome.
We're excited to get it launched.
Cool. So you're thinking, you said about a month from now?
Within the month, we're going to be doing Kickstarter. Yeah.
Very awesome.
So.
Well, wish you the best of luck, man. It's awesome to have local gamers getting on the scene.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks.
Those will come out in post, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely take that out.